Today at work I got a huge glob of queso right on my black pants. Yep. And this is why I can't have nice things. Hey guys, it's Lainey, and today I'm giving you guys a writing video. As I'm sure everybody knew, NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, happened last month. And if you didn't watch my Nano vlog, or if you didn't see me on Twitter, I did when I got up to 50,000 words in my next manuscript. I was so proud of myself for winning. I am not that great at personal goals. I often fall short of them. And I kind of wanted to make this video more of a NaNoWriMo continuation. So definitely kind of one of those how to nano when nano is over. I want to do kind of more of these sit down writing videos. So if there's any topics that I kind of don't cover in my monthly vlogs or topics you kind of want to see me talk about, I am more than happy to talk about anything writing because I absolutely love it. So just kind of leave those suggestions down below and let's get started with the video. I'm sure a lot of people who participated in NaNoWriMo didn't actually complete their first draft. Just because you wrote 50,000 words doesn't mean your novel's finished, and that is where I'm currently at right now, where I'm trying to finish my first draft. So I actually came up with about like 4 tips with examples of how to keep nanoing even though nano is done. These tips kind of apply for whether you finished your first draft already or you're still working on it. You can kind of apply it to where you're at in the writing stage. These are all tips that I have been applying myself for at least for the first half of the month because I know it is basically halfway through December already. My first tip is definitely to stay motivated because right now you have a lot of momentum from finishing the 50,000 words or not finishing the 50,000 words. You still have the momentum and the high, you can say, of being in that NaNoWriMo atmosphere of November. I suggest that you set up a schedule of when you're gonna write. Throughout the month of November, I was writing every night. It usually was around, I would say maybe around 7 o'clock to about midnight. I would be writing somewhere between that time frame. So if you set up a time where you specifically sit down to write, I think that's very helpful. Also, because I had that kind of set schedule during November, the first couple days I did take a break in the beginning of December. I also found myself kind of not knowing what to do during that time where I was usually writing during the month of November. It was very easy for me to set that schedule back up for me for these past couple weeks because I was constantly doing it for one whole month and I was getting used to that schedule. My second tip has definitely been create new things in relation to your project. My first example of this is that I finally started compiling a playlist for my novel. I'm really specifically trying to find really good songs that really fit the story instead of just songs that I automatically really like. Another example to go with this tip is to create a story binder. I straight up got this idea from Allie from Hardback Hoarder. I'm going to link her channel and this video that I watched of hers down below. She makes great writing videos. If you guys watched my October writing vlog, you would see that I kind of put my storyboard kind of on my closet. It's still on my closet as I'm looking at it. Now, since November's over and I don't want all of this stuff to still be on my closet doors going into these next several months, I want to kind of transfer all of this stuff that I did and put them into something more compact. So what I did was I went out to Target, got this really sweet binder, and I've started to kind of put different things inside of it. I'm going to go more in depth with the story binder, I guess, once I finish my first draft and I'm going into my second draft, because I have a lot of ideas that I'm going to be kind of using this for when I go into my second draft. I can kind of show you what my labels are right now, if you can see that well. So that's kind of what I have. I have a lot of writing worksheets in this binder that I'm going to be using more between the first and second draft. I was never a huge user of like writing worksheets, but for some reason I just found this really great website with a bunch of them. I'll also link that down below. This I also got from Allie as well. A lot of great writing worksheets that are also aesthetically pleasing, because I feel like that's also why I wanted to print out a bunch of them. That's just like really helpful with certain aspects of the whole writing process. Putting that together for the past week, it's been really making me excited to finish the first draft because I want to start filling some things in so I have a better sense of what my story and my characters are when I go into the second draft to start doing major edits. Third tip is definitely something I've said several times, and that's definitely to not go back and look at what you've already written. You will get trapped in an editing mindset and you won't progress and you won't finish. I know there's a lot of people that can edit while you write, and while I'm very envious of that process, for me, based on my past history of writing, I cannot look back because I just need to keep moving forward until I'm done. My fourth and final tip is to never stop brainstorming. I've had several brainstorming sessions since I finished the 50,000 words back in November. Right now I'm like writing the middle of the story, where the middle isn't as hammered out as I feel like the beginning was for me, and how I'm envisioning the ending of the manuscript. Middle is kind of just, I don't really know what should happen next, or what horrible situation should I put my characters in that will make the story interesting. Sometimes I've like not written a night in the past 15 days because I'm thinking and writing and putting stuff together and trying to come up with the best possible plot line right now for the middle of the story. I said this before in other videos that I'm very influenced in what I watch and what I read. Have been watching a lot of movies lately. Came up with actually a really cool plot point that I'm really scared and nervous and excited to write about, that came from a scary movie that I've recently watched, and I'm kind of really excited to explore my take and my vision for this kind of craziness that's about to happen to some characters while they're traveling. I guess this tip is kind of to say that it's okay to kind of step back for a second and just start kind of brainstorming how you want the rest of the story to go. I know first drafts are really crappy, but I still need a clear vision of where I'm going. I just can't write stuff that don't progress the story. So that's why I really liked the brainstorming aspect of while I'm still writing the first draft. So those are all my tips for continuing to Nano even after Nano is over. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys found maybe some tips that you're going to apply to yourselves. I hope you guys all have a really great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!